So many cool little areas I could dive in there. I think one of the first things when you talk about Coach Bishop, his passion ignited your passion, and having, a lot of people that are watching this are going to be people that want to be strength and conditioning coaches. I get emails all the time, Tim, I want to do what you're doing. So I think a lot of people are going to watch this for career advice. And that's just one of the biggest things. Finding a mentor is so, so important. And it's just this trickle-down effect. Matt had a very passionate mentor, gave him a shot. I had a very passionate mentor. This guy gave me a shot. And now I'm passing it down too. So that's also with all these athletes that you're trying to develop. It's, it's a little cliche, like, hey, we want to change the world, make the world a better place. But the reality is that's what we're doing. We're coaches, and every person that we affect, every life that we make better affects other lives. And I do feel like that's one of the reasons that this is such a great profession. But you also mentioned the challenges in this profession. When you go into the big leagues, if your team's not winning, the first person that they cut is the strength and conditioning coach. I mean, the turnover in professional sports strength and conditioning is just out of this world. And that's unfortunate. So let's take it down that path just a little bit. Let's make our listeners understand what is the job of the strength and conditioning coach, and how is that different than the job of the sport coach or the athletic trainer?
I think that the biggest things that I see is one is injury risk reduction. That's one of the biggest ones. If we want to keep our athletes healthy, safe, and on the field of play, right? That's number one. And that's different than an athletic trainer. Their job is once they're injured, they go through and do the rehab. Yeah. So this is to prehab, get them ready to be able to be on the field of play without being injured. And then secondarily to that is to enhance their performance. Right? Can we improve in speed? Can we improve in power? Can we improve in their strength? The basic components to training. That's kind of the major global part of the whole entire piece. From there, looking at the mental development, how do we impact them mentally, from confidence to you name it. I mean, any category you can think of related to the psychological development of an individual is extremely important. Right. Because if they don't want to be there, they don't want to work where you look at when athletes, they're just in the moment, or they get caught up in the moment, and you see pressure, things along that line that can really impact their overall play. They're right. Thinking about the past, where they failed, and those are all key components that can impact overall performance. So those are some key components there. Outside of that, the biggest thing really is that that we see is in the weight room. The development of the athlete is probably the largest piece. Working on, like you said, basic strength, power, endurance, whatever it is based off the sport. Those are the main factors that I see as being the role of a strength and conditioning coach. We also see kind of relationship development, right, and how we create that dynamic. You'll see a lot that they'll come and talk to the coach, the strength and conditioning coach, before they'll move on to their head coach and things like that, because of that camaraderie. That there's a lot craziness going on in that weight room. Just energy is off the chart, and they right. see that relationship grow, which actually can help them on a personal level as well to become successful. So I think that's, to me, what I see as being the major role of a sports performance or strength and conditioning coach.